Hey guys, this is William with another video for twitch.tv/play_agricola, Play-agricola's YouTube channel. Um, Playing an EIKWmFr deck 4 with Nimlach, Vikingjoshua, and Lumin. Yeah, I've played with Vikingjoshua a bunch of times. And Nimlach a couple times. I think Lumin might be a little new to online play. Not sure, but good luck to all. Let's get this draft going. Okay, so looking at this first pile. Which are the best cards? Good Friend is sort of generically good. Gets you a couple resources for an early action. Fiddler, I like Fiddler quite a bit, but I think probably Art Director is a bit stronger. Yeah, Art Director, probably the best card in this pile. Well, Puppeteer will be quite strong for someone if I choose to play Art Director. Seeing it now, I might decide not to. Sunrise Admirer is pretty good. Parquet Setter is pretty good. Puppeteer is pretty good regardless of whether Art Director's out there or not. I think the best card here though is Workaholic. I just love this card. I think the 5 wood that it gives is great, and then if you can make use of the other piles of resources, then you're in a very strong situation to win the game. Alright, now this pick, I think I probably want to go for... What do I want to go for? I think Master Builder would actually be quite good. So my thinking with Master Builder is that I would go to 5 rooms, use Workaholic to help build lots of rooms, lots of stone rooms, and the Master Builder puts me up to 6. And then there is Tavern Keeper out there, so Tavern Keeper is good with building lots of rooms. Art Director would help me get the resources. I think though that what I might do, I might do Stroller. Now, Shovel Worker is pretty good with Workaholic as well because it encourages early fencing. I think the pick here might be Stroller because it'll get me some stone and reed, and then between that and Art Director and Workaholic I should be able to renovate to a large stone house quite easily. A Shovel Builder. Shovel Builder is I think it's pretty good with Workaholic. I think Workaholic and Shovel Builder, you probably want to fence first and then get the 5 wood to build a wood room. This is a difficult choice here. I could always do Woodbuyer. Woodbuyer, Shovel Worker, Workaholic. I'm not committed to any strategy yet, so I think I'll take Stroller. I think Stroller is a stronger card overall than Shovel Builder. Here the pick is stable deliveryman or reformer. Either of those would be very excellent. Even storyteller wouldn't be too bad. Get me a vegetable every time, but I don't really want to use traveling players a lot. I think it's stable deliveryman or reformer. So reformer is good because it'll make it easy for me to get my 5 wood from workaholic, and then I can then use that to fence with. Alternatively, stable deliveryman does a very similar thing. It gives me places to hold my animals. I think stable deliveryman's probably. With reformer, I probably want to get the first animals in first fireplace, which art director doesn't really push me towards first fireplace. On the other hand, stable deliveryman. Stable deliveryman gives me points, which is good. Those 4 stables are worth 4 points. So there's the tavern keeper. There's fiddler, good friend. These are 3 of the cards that I consider to be the best in that pack. Tavern keeper, good friend, fiddler. I think I probably am going to take good friend here. Good friend or tavern keeper? Oh, this is difficult. Getting grain food and grain from tavern keeper is nice. It encourages me to build rooms multiple times. Okay, I think the ceiling on tavern keeper might be a little higher than on good friend. Oh geez, I got 3 really good cards here as well. Well, puppeteer. Puppeteer is quite good. Especially if someone else had taken art director, but I have art director. There are a couple traveling players combo cards out there, but they're pretty weak, so it's unlikely that anyone will draft and play them. Parquet setter is really good with stable deliveryman, so probably I think I pick here as parquet setter because it'll give me a ton of wood. Every time I build a room, it gives me a wood, you know. And I didn't get the house builder guy back, so that's too bad. But otherwise, I think this is just fine. Card player. Now, card player is not good because it sometimes will block my wood, but sometimes it will give me extra wood. Just requires a little bit of planning. I think with stroller though, probably I'm only going to play one of stroller or card player, not both, and I think stroller is probably a bit better. Let's try wood buyer here. I probably won't play it, but we shall see. Okay. Pelt is excellent with a large house. Yeah. Slapdash is pretty good. But I think pelts, if I do go for a large house, will be really strong, because I am going to go animals with workaholic, so it'll probably let me eat a bunch of animals at the end of the game, but still keep a whole bunch of points. Okay, this pile is really interesting. Strawberry Patch is great, but I probably am not going to focus on that early on. Flower Pots is good. It's also a great card. But I think early on in the game, my focus is going to be on playing occupations and not on other things. Now, Stonehouse Extension is really interesting to me here because, and Shepherd's Crock is amazing with Workaholic. Shepherd's Crock is really amazing with Workaholic. So if I did, what would I do? I would do my two pastures like this, and then do 2 rooms, and then 2 or 3 fields. It would mean that my parquet setter, I wouldn't get as much use out of it, but that's okay. I do have stable delivery men to give me bonus points from pastures and stuff. Yeah, I think I probably have to take Shepherd's Crock here. If Stonehouse Extension comes all the way back, I'll be pretty happy. Alternatively, maybe Honeymoon, Flower Pots. Yeah, there are a bunch of good cards in this pile. I think Shepherd's Crock, the synergy with Workaholic is too strong to pass up on. So I've got changing plans here, which goes quite nicely with the stable delivery men. It means that I can ignore plowing all game. Although I think what I want to do is hope that this comes all the way back around to me, which a very good chance that it does. I like Grain Mill Oven quite a bit, and it goes pretty well with Tavern Keeper if I can use it to bake the grain I get early on. I think though the pick here is going to be Wooden Strongbox. With Wooden Strongbox, Tavern Keeper, I really want to go for a large house game. And I'm going to hope that the hut builder is not also going to be competing with me. This is really interesting because I'm probably going to try to use Tavern Keeper to get myself a couple grain. So I don't think I'm likely going to play Farm School because I'm going to play what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 occupations early on in the game, and I don't really have any late game occupations. So I think I don't take Farm School. I do have a way of getting grain already, so I think I don't want Sack Cart. Now, Birdcage is not good because if I'm only building 2 spaces to hold animals, Birdcage will prevent me from getting the third. So I think the pick here is Animal Yard because it'll let me hold 3 boar instead of just 1 at most. So it'll give me an extra 2 points plus gives me breeding abilities. I think that's how I want to go here. Yeah, because I have Shepherd's Crock, Wooden Strongbox. Both are really cheap and easy to play early on, so I don't think I need building material. Yeah, Animal Yard I think is the pick here. Birdcage is nice, and I can probably afford to play it, but it would prevent me from holding a third type of animal on my farmyard, which is not good. You could have a way to hold a 4th animal of one type, so like 4 sheep, for example. I think, though, I'm going to go with Bonfire. Bonfire combos with a Parquet set are quite nice. Because you get the wood back for free, just as long as you've played Parquet Setter first and the bonfire is not overlapping anything else. Woodfire Oven is pretty decent. I don't really like Breakfast Outdoors that much, and Corn Rick is only really good if you're going to plow a field early, which I'm going to be focusing on playing occupations. Alright, Stonehouse Extension got all the way back, so I think I'm definitely taking that. That will let me build a 5th stone room. So I'm going to go for a 5 stone room house. Yep. And I got changing plans back as well, which will allow me to ignore plowing all game. So I can ignore plowing all game, return 2 stables from stable deliverymen with changing plans. So if that's going to be the case, then yeah, I need a 5-room stone house. I'm going to have 2. Maybe Tavern Keeper goes unplayed then. I'm not really going to have room for a 6th room for wooden strongbox. Probably not going to have the resources for it anyways. So, but yeah, changing plans is the pick there for me. Pretty sure. So yeah, okay, thinking about this, I'm gonna need a lot of stone. I probably want my workaholic stone to be the what goes towards my stonehouse extension. Yeah, my workaholic stone will go to my stonehouse extension. I'll build if I can, probably what I'll do is I'll build a wood room, then shepherd's crock, fence 14. That'll give me enough animals to get the 5 wood from workaholic. I can use that to build another wood room. Then as I accumulate more animals, I'll get 4 clay, which is enough to reno to a clay house. So then I'm going to need 4 stone on top of that. And that stone can come from the stroller slash art director. Yeah, and I'm going to need just a ton of wood all game. So going second is pretty much the perfect start for me. So I can go art director, or I can go parquet setter. Is parquet setter worth it for me to play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll give me should give me 7 wood. Okay, yeah, then it's worth playing. What do I want to play first though? I could play art director here, but I don't think I want to lead with it just in case someone else took puppeteer. I do need the art director food probably though to feed in the first 2 harvests. Unless I get the bonfire, use the bonfire before then. We shall see. Nimlach plays Fiddler, okay. I like Fiddler. Fiddler and Parquet Setter are quite nice, although I'm not sure if they combo together, because that's one's work phase and then Fiddler is end of the round, yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately the Parquet Setter comes first, so you can't combo the 2 to go on plow and then get 2 wood and a food. Shoutouts to everyone in the Twitch chat. Say hi if you're there, and feel free to ask me any questions or anything, or point out stuff I have done wrong. So I have parquet setter played, so I can take wood, 2 wood straight up, or I can do something that's maybe more interesting and plow a field. And plowing a field will give me a wood. So I'm going to be sacrificing a wood to gain 2 points. And then it probably means that I don't play changing plans. But if I don't play changing plans, I am not too torn up about it. Also, it gives me the wood now to do starting player bonfire if I would like to. And yeah, I think I like this way a bit better. I'd rather keep all of the stables from changing plan, from stable delivery men. I'd rather keep all of those rather than returning some of them for changing plans. And this way now at the end of the game, if I do get any resources from Tavern Keeper, I'll have a good solid plow sow action to get the rest of the points plus another field plus to do some sowing, something like that. So Nimlach thinking quite similarly to me, sacrificing 1 wood in order to gain starting player, even though Vegetable Harvest is a weak card. It's not really about that, it's all about getting starting player. So all he did was give up 1 wood. Wow. Nimlach is playing Storyteller. So he's thinking that he'll combo Fiddler with the Traveling Player's Space. So I imagine his second action this round is going to be Traveling Players activate Storyteller. And he'll have a ton of food. So it's all right. I mean, I don't think it's a great combo. Probably means that I'm not gonna play Art Director because I don't want to compete with someone for the Traveling Player's space, which is a really weak space to begin with. So here the pick is 2 read for sure. 2 read is great for building your first room, especially if I'm going to focus on occupations ahead of Reedstone Food. So I want to play Stroller and Stable Delivery Man before this harvest. So that's going to be another 2 wood, so that means I need to do like a 3 wood action. Or a 3 food action at least to be able to feed in this next harvest, and I probably want more than 3 food because I'm going to want to be able to play occupations in round 5, most likely. Depending on when sheep come out. I might use bonfire plus sheep grab to grab although bonfire plus shepherd's crock does give me a way of eating those sheep. Although I'm gonna have to accumulate 14 food first. Well, not 14 food, 14 wood, or just 8 wood if I only fence once, and then go back and fence again later. Usually, though, you want to do only 1 fence action, if at all possible. I'll have to weigh my options, see how the game shakes out. So vegetable harvest is overall pretty, it's okay. I mean, he needs an oven. So the requirement of having an oven, you only usually want to get ovens if you're going to bake grain. Now he needs to get an oven just so that he can convert vegetables. And I'm afraid that he's going to play grain mill oven and expect it to be an oven when in fact grain mill oven has been decided it is not an oven, unfortunately. And then traveling salesman, so he's probably going to starting player fireplace. Yeah. Yeah, that's not too surprising. So I could plow again. Or I could... What else would I do? I could play bonfire at this point. I would rather save bonfire for a starting player action so I can kind of steal them. So yeah, I can plow and get get a wood again. What's my first action going to be next round? I'm not sure. Probably it'll be 3 food fishing actually, because Nimlach doesn't really need food, but Josh hasn't played any occupations yet, and if he does, he'll want some. And Lumin's gonna want food as well, so. Does Reedstone food. So I'm gonna take 3 food here. So probably my second action will be to play an occupation. Probably stroller. Yeah, so it looks like I'll only play 4 occupations this game, most likely. Stroller, workaholic, stable delivery man, and parquet setter. Engineer, so there's Nimlach's first pick. Engineer's quite a nice card. So if Lumin plays an occupation, I'll build a room. But if he does, or take 3 wood so that I can be the first to build a room. Do I need to play stroller? The stone will be really nice. Engineer gives a food whenever you play a minor improvement, or an improvement, and then 2 food whenever you play an improvement with a printed stone cost. So it's quite nice with the majors. You get 2 food with the, a 1 stone minor improvement. You get 2 food. It's a great card. So Lumin does a bit of a fun combo. Plays timetable, cart pond. Pretty good. So I can do occupation, or I can try to build the first room. It's a question of 1 stroller good. That's probably what'll decide it. Josh is the only one who's threatening me. He needs to get a second read. And he's behind me in turn order right now. I'm gonna hope that I get 4 wood next. Although the engineer will probably do something, won't he? Alright, let's go for the first room. Getting the first room is always nice. Then maybe my next round can be Tavern Keeper, then build a room. That would be okay. But it would mean that I would miss out on a stable delivery man stable. So I would have to weigh those two. Tavern Keeper gives me an instant food, and I have to kind of guess how many times it'll pay out throughout the game, because probably it won't pay out for my 5th room. It'll be a question of whether or not it pays out for my 4th room. Also, getting the grain would mean that I could then go for something like clay oven. But clay oven is so many actions away for me. It's a clay action plus a stone action. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably Josh does reedstone food here, so I have to decide how much I want that first room. The question is, why would I build rooms so early? The reason you build rooms early is because generally whoever builds the first room gets the first family growth because they have control of that the family growth space, assuming they use starting player. Now, I could use starting player. I could afford to use starting player a couple times, but I don't want to do it. Actually, I probably only want a starting player once. So that means I don't necessarily want to do the first room. I might instead. There's 4 wood here. I think I'm going to take 4 wood. Uh, Getting Tavern Keeper out would be nice, but 4 wood is a pretty good action, especially this early on. It means that Viking Josh can grow ahead of me, and I'll hope that my second action can be stable delivery men. Yeah, I think 4 wood this early is pretty good. Yeah, so the reason you build rooms early is because generally, if family growth comes out in round 5 and you built a room in round 4, you get the earliest possible family growth. So generally, whoever builds the first room is the first to grow. So that's the thinking there. That if you build rooms, then you're more likely to be able to grow. Build the earlier room, then you're more likely to get the first to grow. And being the first to grow is nice because you're the first one. Like you end up having the most actions most likely in the game. So I would like to have more actions than the other players in the game. Yeah, Josh does build a room. But I'm totally happy with this because if 2 people build rooms, then the second person, then whoever built the first room, it's up to them to sit on starting player. And I decided that I don't want to sit on starting player. I would rather collect wood in stage 2 than sit on starting player. Josh is in a pretty nice spot though, because he only needs 1 grain action to get 2 grain, and then he has enough resources to build the clay oven. So building the clay oven gives you this early, if you have a grain, gives you 5 food, which is awesome because it feeds an entire harvest on its own. So here I actually can afford to play Stable Deliveryman next round, so I could play Stroller here. And maybe I should, because Stroller is going to give me a bunch of nice resources. Now it does mean that I'm kind of committing to playing Stable Deliverymen next round. but I think I'm okay with that. All right, what am I gonna get here? Probably a reed. What's the breakdown gonna be? Reed there, clay there, and then stone. What's most likely to be useful later on in the game? Reed? Yeah, a reed for stonehouse extension probably. And then that can be a stone. That can be a wood. I don't really need that clay, something like that. Maybe the reed and the stone should be swapped. I'm not sure. So stroller is a car that you put 6 building resources on, and then stroller, you place 6 building resources and you get 1 per harvest. And the caveat being that you have to put 1 of each of the 4 different kinds. So you can't just put all stone, for example. Really nice play here for Nimlach. I think it's awesome. Turnip field, last action in that round in stage 1 to get a sow action. He sows 2 vegetables which he accumulated. It's just really nice overall. He's using his fiddler to get him wood so that he's not missing out on too many wood actions. And he's starting player, so yeah, he can grab 3 reed there. So I can see that my gamble instantly failed. I gambled on not having to sit on starting player. It would have been far better to build a room in family growth early on because family growth came out in round 5. But I gambled on the 2/3 chance that it did not, so I don't know. I don't know if it was right or not. At this point, I might be aiming towards building 2 rooms at once. Or, I'm at 10 wood. I could try to go for my 14, build workaholic, place shepherd's crock fence, then get the 5 wood back to build another wood room. I'm not sure. We shall see. I guess the wood would be useful here because it would give me the 1 wood to build a stable in round 14 with. So Lumin will build a room here, but if he doesn't, I'm going to build a room. But I'm sure he will. It would be a pretty big blunder for him not to. But probably what that means is I can force him to decide on sheep or family growth. Because I can probably use my second action to get to play starting player bonfire. And if my second action is starting player bonfire, I can sweep the sheep from him, and that'd be pretty good. So I would be happy with that. So here I will play stable deliveryman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, stable deliveryman combos pretty well with parquet setters. So basically, parquet setter makes the stable deliveryman stables free. So then it's you're building free stables, which is really nice. Josh playing flagon. So if Lumin doesn't take animals here, I starting player bonfire. Now starting player bonfire would mean that I let Nimlach build a room ahead of me. Yeah. So it's not great. But I don't want to risk getting jumped in the family growth queue again. And I think bonfire is worth it because it'll let me do it there for now. So I'll build a room. It's too bad I can't build 2 rooms at once. So maybe that's a mistake on my part that I didn't get a second read first. So I'm gonna grow in round 7. So in order to grow in round 7, I need 5 food. I can get 1 from flagon if the well is built. I can get 4 from sheep if I go on the 1 sheep action in round 7. Yeah, not getting to steal sheep is too bad. I wanted to do that. How many wood do I need to get 2 sheep? I need 8. I'm gonna have 6. I don't know. I could take food here, or I could take 4 wood. If I take food and the well does not get built, I'm gonna need a second food action anyways. Yeah, I think this is a bit safer because it means that I can do fence. I can first action family growth shepherd's crock, second action fence, and that will get me 4 food. And it'll actually give me parquet setter's end of the work phase, right? Yeah, so it would get me a 5th food. Yeah. So that combination, first action, family growth shepherd crock, second action, fencing 8 would let me guarantee that I can grow in round 7. So yeah, that would turn out all right. And then probably I would try to get enough workaholic stuff. Yeah, and then I play workaholic, and then I try to get workaholic 5 number of animals. This is pretty nice for Nimlach, the lemon trader with the early vegetable accumulating. It's pretty good. Not to mention that grain cart makes lemon trader makes grain cart a 2 resources of your choice, so long as they're different, plus a grain action, which is also good. Lemon pots plus backyard well. Backyard well would have been nice with parquet setter. Although it doesn't really fit how I'm planning to lay out my farm. If Josh Reno and plays the well here, that would probably be good for me, I would have to say. Oh. Viking Josh is not saying GG as in the game is over. He's just pointing out that he's taking 2 grain. And Nimlach did not first action build room. While with his vegetable, he'll almost certainly convert vegetable plus lemon trader. He'll convert a vegetable into a second reed, or to a 4th reed, and then build 2 rooms at once. So it's quite nice for him. Just as long as Viking Josh doesn't jump him. So I gotta decide what my actions here are going to be. I can first action family growth, shepherd's crock, and fence, or I can traveling players or fishing. I would rather only do 1 fence action, but having fences would be good. Oh, this is pretty nice from Lumin, because he's in a good spot to build the resource majors, I guess. I don't remember how many occupations there were with the bonus point symbol. The tavern keeper is one. I have to kind of decide if Viking Josh is going to build the well or not. If he's going to build the well, then I want to take food, probably. Do I play safe or do I play risky? I guess I'll play safe. No, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, I'll play safe. Looks like I've been dropping a few frames today. Sorry about that if the video has not been great to watch. I'm sorry about that. Nimlach going on starting player here. Josh is having a great start. Family growth around 5 plus stone cutter with 4 stone and 14 clay and 2 grain. He's in a great spot to grab all the resource majors and all the resource majors, pretty much all the most valuable ones at least. So I need, I'm gonna get a wood at the end of this round, and then if one of those 4 wood actions would be enough to fence another 6, which would then let me get the workaholic stuff. Now, I wouldn't mind grabbing this 3 sheep here, but of course I have no way of eating those animals, so I think what I have to do is if it comes around to me, I probably have to take that 5 food, because I am the hungriest of all of us. I'm the one that's probably most in need of that food. But if I think the other players are going to leave it to me, it's I could first thing take workaholic, because I know Nimlach's going to family growth, and what Josh will probably build clay oven or stone oven instead of taking food, but he might take food as well, so it's difficult to say. It's hard to know what he'll predict what he'll want to do. So yeah, I want to take 4 wood, I want to play workaholic, I want to take 5 food, I want to take 3 sheep. All of those would be good for me. I think though I will play it safe. Take the 5 food that's on the board. Then my feeding for the next harvest is done in one action. Grain mill oven for Nimlach. If he gets a stone oven, I think that's going to be quite strong for him. So all he has to do is take three grain with his moldboard plow, and then he can bake a whole bunch of them at once, which would be very strong. So I want that 4 wood, but I also want to play workaholic so that I can take animals. Right now there are only 2 of us that are able to hold animals, myself and Lumin. So Lumin plays turkey breeder, okay, so he's showing that he wants to grab one of the groups of animals. Also, he occupies the cheap occupation space, or the cheap space. So I'll do the 4 wood here. Josh plays clay oven. No real surprise there. Yeah, so those 3 sheep are gone, so that's too bad for me. So I have one more action. Um, I could do a reedstone food action. That would mean that, I don't need the food, though. I could just do 3 wood. 3 wood would be fine. I could do clay. No, I don't need clay. Probably just 3 wood. Staying in last place is kind of a pain, but 3 wood for now is enough. Yeah, my parquet setter so far has given me 1, 2, 3, 4 wood and a food, so that's pretty good. Because the requirements for it are very easy, like it's just fill your farm up. So I'll be interested to see what Josh does here, because Nimlach, of course, is setting himself up to build the stone oven for free and bake 2 grain, which would be really powerful. So I'll be interested to see if Josh first action builds stone oven here. If he does, he's gonna have he ends up with a ton of points from his improvements. He's a little lacking in wood, but I'm the only one that's in a great shape for wood. Lumin is fine, unless he builds another room, of course. Not what I would have done. Yeah, I think that's a mistake on Josh's part. I mean, using his last 2 stone does make it hard to renovate to a stone house, but he has stone cutter, and he just needs 4 stone. Like, that 4 stone is not so difficult to get. You get 3 stone once, and then you get a reedstone food action once, and then boom, you've got everything you need. Plus, you have stone house, you have slapdash renovation, so leaving it to round 14 is not so bad to do. But oh well. So I'm gonna fence with one of these next 2 actions. What will the other action be? Probably take 2 boar. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely take 2 boar. Get them breeding. Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna need to take 4 or probably 5 clay. I mean, pottery here is fine, but I think the what you gain from denying Nimlach the stone oven is pretty big, because Nimlach's got grain cart, and grain cart with stone oven is pretty strong. So my last action is defense, get a pair of sheep, and then let everything breed. And so then I want to grab a second reed, build a room. Lumin's playing ruins. Ruins is nice, but would have been better for him to go for the well, I think. The one downside about this is that now I'm not going to get parquet setter with my last my last 3 stables, because those stables need to go inside the fences. But, I mean, I now have 6 animals, like 2 breeding sets already. All I need to do is get a cooking hearth, and I'm in a really strong spot. So, do I grab 2 reed, or do I grab reedstone food, or do I grab 4 clay? Probably I want to try to get more than 4 clay. I'll be greedy. Oh man, with green grocer I definitely would have got stone oven. I'm gonna take my 5 wood, pay 2 reed, build a wood room. Unfortunately, that 4 clay got grabbed by Lumin. So probably what's going to happen is I need to, with this last action, take 2 sheep, which will put me to 8 well, it'll put me over 7, which is the important thing. And then I'll grab a fireplace with the 4 clay. Because, yeah, I need to start eating the pairs of animals. Because that's going to be the easiest way for me to feed the next harvest is with a fireplace. So when I family growth, I still have 4 miners I want to play. One of them's with starting player, 2 of them are with family growth, so I guess I want to do 2 more family growth actions, unless I skip out on animal yard. Which, maybe I skip out on animal yard because I need 2 more wood. No, I don't need to skip out on any of them. So I actually don't mind to do starting player actions. Those are quite fine for me. And when do I want a starting player? I'm not sure actually. Okay, so how am I gonna get all the stone that I need? 2 reedstone food actions will give me 4 stone. Then I get 3. So yeah, I could do 2 reedstone food actions, but then I end up 1 reed. No, because I get a reed. I get another reed and a stone still from my stroller. Okay, so I actually could use a multiple reed action, and then I just need to get 1 or 2 stone. Yeah, alright. It's gonna be okay. Josh taking the 2 clay fireplaces a little annoying, but I mean I can always get the 3 clay fireplace, that's no problem. I'm gonna be eating sheep either way, so. So do I play pelts? Nah. I can play pelts in round 13 or 14 and still get full value from it. Because I'm going to need a lot of food at the end of the game. I actually am going to No, never mind. I was thinking I could play Tavern Keeper, but if I family growth first action, then no, Tavern Keeper doesn't make sense here. Yeah, so I'm going to have a pretty strong farm, I think. Like, I'll have a lot of points on it, but I won't have enough bonus points to win. And I won't have enough improvement points. Because if I compare myself to Viking Josh, Josh does need a whole crap ton of wood. But you know what? He does need a lot of wood, and he needs a lot of plows, which he doesn't have any of. Oh, I don't know. Probably my biggest, yeah, well, no, my biggest opponent is probably Nimlach. Yeah, because Josh is in a lot of wood trouble. Even though Josh is likely to get to a 6 stone room house. Lumin playing joinery is good for me because I've got all my fencing done, so I don't need to worry about fencing for the rest of the game. This is slightly risky. Me family growthing here is slightly risky because if the major minor space gets blocked, I'm gonna be in a tight spot for food. But I think it'll be okay. Play animal yard. Yeah, my wood actually ends up perfect. No, I'm gonna have one or maybe two extra at the end of the game, depending on if I do my second plow in round 12, 13, or 14. Josh takes boar. Okay. So I'll grab the fireplace, 3 clay fireplace with my next action. And then my third action. Okay, how much stone? Let's do the calculation again. I need 4 plus 3 is 7. I have 2. I can get 3, I can get 2. Yeah. I have 2, so I need 2. So I can get 2 stone with an action. Will redstone food twice be enough for me to... Will redstone food twice be enough? That's the question. 4 stone. Yeah, it should be. So I can redstone food twice more. So I need 3 clay and 2 redstone food actions. I could do a 2 reed and a multiple stone action, but I don't need the excess stone for anything. Unless it would be Basket Maker's Workshop, but don't really need it this late without a large accumulation of stuff. Oh, that's nice for Josh, but I think every time I see him play something that needs food, I just think, holy crap, he should have got stone oven instead of pottery. Should have got stone oven instead of pottery. Should have got stone oven instead of pottery. Sunrise and Mire is hugely food intensive. Whatever. I don't need to type about it anymore. I made my opinion very clear. I think it was quite a big blunder on his part. Because he needs so much food. Whatever. So if I do this, I'm going to need to eat 3 sheep and 1 of those. That's fine. So end up with 3 of those and 4 of those. pay a wood to get another stable. Yeah, so actually, 2 Reedstone food actions gives me 1 too many resources, but that's okay because I'm gonna need to do 2 actions anyways, so it may as well be 2 Reedstone food actions because I get an extra 2 food that way. I could play wood buyer and try to starve the other players of wood. That would be kind of funny. But I don't think I have enough food to do that. No, if I did that, it would just mean that Nimlach gets an even bigger advantage over Viking Josh. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time passing Nimlach myself. So I'll grab 4 clay with this first action. Um, I mean, I could. No, I can't even. I cannot family growth. I need to play Stonehouse Extension first. Hmm. Maybe I starting player this round in order to get 2 cattle in round 13. Maybe. Whoever it was that took 1 cat. Oh, animal dealer. Okay, I missed the animal dealer, of course. It's my silly play. Well, I'm gonna pass up on plow sow, but I mean I don't need it, so I only need 1 more plow for the rest of the game. Nimlach's got all his plowing done, and I don't have any crops to sow yet, so I do want to take a grain and a vegetable for sure. That'll be one of my goals for this round. Take grain, take vegetable. But then the actual sowing is only worth, getting a sow over just picking up the 2 animals is only 1 food and 1 point more. So that's fairly trivial. So I don't lose a whole bunch. Well, I don't lose all that much for what? For not getting the sow. But the lemon trader is sure liking this plow sow action, making him happy. Finally lets Viking Josh on the 1 grain space. So I want to reno this round, and I want to be... I actually want to... Hopefully this guy renos 1 more time. I guess he has ruins still, so he might do it. So what do? Do I read stone food and then starting player to get 2 cattle next round? I might end up doing that. So, okay, I have 3 miners left to play, 2 family growth actions, 1 reno action. So I can do reno cooking hearth upgrade, and then I can do reno stone house extension. I only have 1 more family growth action. Okay, so I'm actually 1 thing short. If I do the fireplace upgrade, I mean, I probably do need to do the fireplace upgrade because I'm going to end up eating boar. And that fireplace upgrade will be worth, 3 or 4 extra food, which will probably be a couple points. So maybe playing Animal Yard was not... Oh, we'll see. It's still too early to say. Way too early. Oh, I don't have enough clay to do that, it says. I only need one, though. Maybe I want to save my starting player action until round 13, because if I do, then it's possible that I can prevent Nimlach from getting both his renovations in. Probably it just ends up screwing Vikingjoshua or Lumin. I would rather have one of those two starting player around 13, because then I can reno immediately after they do, and then Nimlach gets blocked out of his family growth, or out of his renovating. Yeah, that might be the path to victory for me, is if Nimlach gets blocked out of his renovating, because I think if he doesn't, then I probably can't beat him. Also, Animal Dealer would have been fantastic for me. Josh plays Master Builder, no surprises there. He's probably pretty sad that Wooden Strongbox did not come back to him. But he did see Stonehouse Extension, so he should have known that that was a possibility. Take Vegetable here. I don't need the starting player with this action, so I won't. Take Vegetable instead, because then if Plowsow comes around to me, then Plowsow is worth a bunch of points. 4 points. And also you can see that Josh has given up on renovating again, which is not good. Josh has Quarry. Oh yeah, so he's definitely going to be able to reno again. So Josh is going to take 6 wood here, I'm sure. So then it's possible that Lumin takes the 2 boar over the cat. Actually, I think it would be probably good for him because it gives him another breeding pair. Yeah. So actually, I might get that 2 cattle anyways. But probably if I pass on the 2 cattle, then someone's going to take them for food. If not, just to deny me. I also need those cattle because I need them to get the 3 stone for my workaholic. Oh, he does plow sow. Interesting. I would have done 6 wood if I was him, but maybe he figures nobody else needs the wood, except that there's a player with joinery sitting here. So yeah, he would like that wood. Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't said anything for a while. I'm annoyed because I think for Lumin, I think both 6 wood and 2 boar were better for him than 2 cattle, and I think I'm pretty sure he picked a suboptimal move. Uh, Yeah, I think it was better for. I think it was suboptimal play by him, and I think it benefits Josh and hurts me the most. So yeah, that makes me annoyed. Take grain here. So I'm gonna want to start using my pelts every opportunity I can. How much food do I need this harvest? I need to eat 2 boar, but if I pelt 2 of them, then I'm gonna need to eat a third boar. I need to keep a close eye on the renovation space. Josh might choose not to slapdash. Um, yeah, there's the only way that I get plow sow is if I. What do I do here? Oh, I probably needed that 5 food that Josh just did. What do I do instead? I'm not sure. I don't really have that much that I want to do. I could sow. Sowing gets me 1 extra point. Taking a vegetable probably gets me 2 extra points because I can sow the 2 vegetables twice. Yeah. Or I could take traveling players. No, I'll just do the vegetable. So I'll do 3 boar and pelt 3 of them. So I get 3, feed 8. And then I get to do another one of those and do that. So I'll be interested to see if Viking Josh slapdashes or not. Well, it's obviously pretty important to me. Maybe me complaining will encourage him to slapdash. Hmm. Yeah, let's see what Josh does. He needs to reno fence either way. The question is just, does he slapdash? Oh, he does. Okay. Probably, I think that's the better move for him because he thinks Nimlach is the bigger opponent. Nimlach might still be the bigger opponent than I am, but I think when I play Stonehouse Extension and then Family Growth Wood and Strongbox, I'm going to jump up a lot. So there's the question, is there a good demo of how this online version plays? It seems very confusing. There is actually, and I will link it to you after the game is done. I would be happy to do so. So my renovate action is now safe. So I'm free to do this, which is take cattle. And then my last two moves are Reno and then Family Growth. So I'm gonna need 9 food. I'm gonna get 1 from Parquet Setter, and then I'll eat a bunch of animals. Probably I only need to eat 1. If I eat 1 boar and 3 sheep, will that be enough? 1 boar and 3 sheep. So that's 9 food, and then I pelt twice. Yeah, that's perfect. I end up with the perfect amount of food. Good, so I don't lose any points. Well, I lose 1 sheep point, but that's okay. Usually food is a much better return for sheep. So my last action is Family Growth Wood and Strongbox. So how important did Stroller end up being? Gave me 2 stone, 2 reed, and a wood. The wood was useless, so it's basically just the 2 stone, 2 reed. Yeah, probably Stroller was not as important as I thought it would be. As well, especially with Family Growth coming out in round 5. Family Growth in round 5 was terrible for me because I, of course, gambled that it would not come. and it ended up being very good for Viking Josh. But I mean, it's very good for Viking Josh anytime that happens. And it's a bit unfortunate that he decided to go for a large room house, because master builders not normally pick that high. It would have been nice for me. Then probably what I would have done is totally ignored plows and tried to get more major points, but that would have been hard to do competing against the stonecutter and with Lumin going for lots of majors early on. So okay, so I get 2 food, 3 food, and then 1, 2 from the last 2 pelts, and then I breed the 1 boar back. So I end up with 5 points on my pelts. So that's good, and then I have 2 points on my wooden strongbox. But probably not enough to win. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I score 43 plus 7, so I hit 50. 50's good, but yeah, it's probably not enough to win. We'll see how. Yeah, like Josh's fencing alone will put him over the 50 mark. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, his fencing is going to be an 8-point action, but he doesn't have any bonus points, and he does need food, so maybe he'll have to eat some food. It'll be close. A wood-fired oven is really good for Nimlach. He's going to get another bonus point from Birdcage. But that's it. He doesn't have any bonus points aside from that. He's not going to breed any extra points in the harvest. So I think I have Nimlach beat. Yeah. Yeah, he can only hit 49, and I'm at 50. And we'll see. It'll all depend on Viking Josh's feeding. He needs to get to 10 food, which I might tie with Josh. It looks like it might be a 3-point tie. Oh, maybe not. Oh, Josh beats me by 1 point. I should calculate whether Lumin's move was right or not. I don't think it was. Okay, I think It might have been right, but the thing is, he could have gotten to he could have sacrificed one cattle point to get boar points. I think that's the issue for me. Because he could have got to 2 boar. Yeah, Josh beats me by 1 point. Was it 3 points for him? Tanner? He ends up with 4 boar at the end of the game. Or 4 cattle. He does end up with 3 boar. He got more cattle this way, and cattle are worth more points than boar on the Tanner. I mean, he probably what happens is he ends up in a situation where he needs to eat like 1 or 2 more. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, it was close. Yeah, Josh just had a pretty ridiculous start. I knew it was going to be hard to get past him. And you know what? I think if he builds Stone Oven, it's not even close. I think he just blows everyone out because without Stone Oven, Nimlach's not going on stone so much. Yeah, and of course I told him about Master Builder. Oh well, I'm a nice guy. Did he ever pay back Turkey Breeder? I don't think I'm not sure that he did. Oh well, good game. Yeah, I end up 1 point off. I think Josh, but yeah, I think Josh could have blown us out with Stone Oven. But you know what? I gambled. Um, hmm. Let's take a quick look at the draft. See how much I screwed it up. Two 85011. So art director, best card by power. So workaholic, way worse than Sunrise Admirer. I love workaholic. I think it's awesome. I'm really surprised its power is so low. But maybe if I'm overvaluing it, it might have come back around to me. I don't know. Took Stroller here over Master Builder. Yeah, Stroller is valued very low. So I should have taken Master Builder first and then Stroller. But that would have committed me too far in one direction, I think. Stable Deliveryman here over Reformer. I think I'm happy with Stable Deliveryman. With the combo with Parquet Setter, I had lots of wood. And those stables were some pretty key points. Tavern Keeper here over Fiddler and Good Friend. Good Friend might have been better. Because I could have played it round one. Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Tavern Keeper is close in power to the other two cards, although it's drafted a full position lower. So that means the card's a decent amount weaker than the other two. Parquets that are quite a bit worse than Puppeteer, but we didn't see Puppeteer played at all, which is interesting. Maybe I should have drafted Puppeteer because I could have reacted to the Storyteller play. I don't know. Would have gotten 2 extra occupations out early. Then I can build a room. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Pellet's best card by power. Shepherd's Croc is way down here. Okay, so I could have afforded... I got Stonehouse Extension and Shepherd's Croc out of this pile. So according to this, I should have taken Stonehouse Extension and then Shepherd's Croc. I like Shepherd's Croc. I thought it was... well, with Workaholic, I think it was particularly decent, but I don't know. Wooden Strongbox here over Fruitcake. Yeah, Fruitcake I didn't have a way of getting grain. Animal Yard. Best card by power. Oh, close to Building Material, but Building Material does basically nothing. So I took Bonfire. Did I use Bonfire correctly? I mean, it was free with the Parquet Setter, so maybe. Stonehouse Extension is nice. Ended up being quite nice for me at the end. Changing Plans didn't do anything, so... Yeah, I think there are probably some other mistakes that I made. So thanks for watching. Oh, I am going to highlight the tutorial video that Montu did. So if you go to the Play-agricola.com and go to the forum, then you go to here, tutorial video on YouTube, the how to use this website FAQ, and you can see Montu's video, and I will put a link to it in the chat right now. And I'll link it in the YouTube description as well. And I'll probably share it on the YouTube profile. That would be helpful. So yeah, that's all from me for tonight. I'm not going to play another one. I'll see you guys next time.